Alright, hello guys. Today we are going to be talking about the next possible tropical system in the Atlantic. Could be Cristobal, could be the next named storm. And we could have a landfall on American soil, but we will have to keep an eye on that. So this is what we're currently looking at here. Currently we're looking at, I do believe it's a tropical depression Amanda, and you can see we do have a diminishing amount of that thunderstorm activity to the east of it, but we do have some more developing on the east side of this thing right here, and a little bit more over in the south side of the things. You get some more of this thunderstorms developing. So as we go ahead to the Atlantic 5-day forecast, we can see here that we do have an area where this thing will come in, and if it does end up being there, then we do have favorable conditions for this thing to develop, which could be the next named storm to make landfall, which will bring it up to 3 already this year. So far it's just a disturbance, but we'll have to keep an eye on that, as it most likely will move into the Gulf of Mexico. Yet again, not certain on that. We don't know. Now I want to go ahead and show you guys the Gfs model run for this. So you can see this is the current area that you're looking at right there, which is the just kind of scattered thunderstorms, and this is Amanda. And you'll see some development start happening in this area right here. So we're about to watch that happen, if you guys are ready for it. So you'll see this moves off, and then we get a little bit more spark of activity. And then Wednesday, June 3rd, Thursday, June 4th, June 6th. And now we get to June 6th, and you see that development off the coast of Mexico, I do believe, right there. And we do get a low pressure system to develop right in the Gulf of Mexico, and you'll see here that it does get a little bit strengthened as well. Gets down to 997, 998 millibars before it makes landfall, and then it rides up into Arkansas and the Midwest and into the eastern United States. But that is very interesting to see how it does kind of form, and it's not that far out. When this model's showing it, it's only around, when it starts to show this kind of development right there, it's only 132 hours out, which isn't too much. And you can see that it does keep it kind of consistent on a track to make landfall near Texas. Now the Canadian model, a little bit different. Oh boy, I did not. Let me put it to the Western Atlantic. There we go. So this one is a little bit different, but you will kind of see the same thing. So we'll start running this. We get that development. This one develops more where they kind of push it to develop at. And this one also shows it a little bit more strengthened and also hits Louisiana. But they're actually, no, they're about the same with the low pressure system. But this one hits Louisiana, and the other one hits Texas, and they're both about the same. I think the Canadian model gets it a little bit weaker than the American model, or the GFS, but nonetheless they're both showing a tropical system, a low pressure system that makes landfall in America somewhere along the coast. So we'll keep an eye off on that. Now I want to go ahead and show you, I do believe it is the shear. So the shear for this could be one of the worst possible things. So as we are currently looking, we have a lot of shear. So if it developed now, no chance it would survive. But as we keep going here, we'll see that this thing will kind of push its way up. It'll form that low pressure system, and we'll kind of like the best pocket for it to develop. And it'll kind of fight through all the shear and try. And you'll see that happen really, gosh, I don't want a sounding. No, I don't want a sounding. You'll see that happen here soon. So you'll see that it comes off the coast and it pushes that shear, fights through it before it ends up making landfall. Of course, the GFS shows it making landfall right around the Houston metro area before going into the Midwest and the eastern United States. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now with the the vorticity, I'm just going to say vorticity. So where we are currently, you have that vorticity down here in El Salvador and Honduras. And as we keep moving up, you can see that we start to get, that dies off, but then we get a new thing that comes off the coast there on Monday around June 6th. And then we get that landfall, of course, in Texas. But it is showing that spin to it, that classic vorticity. So I don't know, it'll be very interesting to see how this all plays out. We start to see that spin around 150, and that's when we get a more broader, a more developed system. So that's just what it's looking like. I guess it's just going to be interesting to see how this all plays out, because like I said, weather's the never-ending game, basically, always changing. But it's very interesting how it does, in fact, come off the coast right here. That's not the coast. It comes off right here, and how it kind of just fights its way, and then kind of the GFS has it just going on a straight path to Texas. And then the CMC, of course, takes it to Louisiana. We'll see what happens there. Very interesting to see how that plays out. Now the GFS for tropical depression Amanda, you can see it takes it. It does a little bit of a loop, so it goes kind of like something like that, and then it goes right into Louisiana. And that is that's the American model, I do believe, for Amanda. Very interesting. I'm not sure, but then we also see here. We get the Canadian model run, and this, of course, takes it on. I think I got them mixed up, but I'm not sure, honestly. Oh boy. But yeah, this one also takes it. This is a little bit more interesting because it takes it off, of course, and does in fact take it to the Gulf of Mexico. Both are in agreement it'll go to the Gulf of Mexico. We'll see which one plays out, which state it's going to hit, either Texas or Louisiana. Now, lastly, we're going to go to windy.com. So you're going to see here we're starting at 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Thursday. And as we move here, you'll start to see this area of wind start to pick up. And this is off the coast of Texas, Belize, Honduras, Guatemala. It's off the coast of Belize, it looks like. But then you'll see here, as I keep playing this around, you'll see that it does in fact start moving a little bit, and then we start to get more faster winds that are gusting a little bit worse. And you'll see here that we'll go Sunday 12 a.m. we get that wind starting to surge up here. We're starting to see a low pressure system getting formed in the Gulf of Mexico right here. We got all that wind feeding around. We also have some wind going, feeding into this thing as well. So we have this nice little vorticity growing right here, that low pressure system. And then as we go to 3 a.m. Sunday, 1 p.m., we start to see that fully develop. That low pressure system moves all the way over here. And we are looking at the low pressure system with wind sustained around 43 miles per hour, of course, and this is future, so we're not going to get too accurate of winds. And around this time, we're getting winds 45 miles per hour, 46, 47. I just saw 47 there. Very strong. Well, not too strong, but very strong, I guess. And we're going to continue to see this as we get at around 6 p.m. This is where we start to see a more better defined tropical system. We have those counterclockwise winds. We have that area of low pressure in the center there. Very, very gusty winds off to the kind of northeast of it. Northeast corridor of it. What's it called? The northeast quadrant of it. There we go. And now, you'll see here that I'm going to zoom over here. I'm going to go to around the Houston area. And now, around Monday, the 8th, 1 a.m., we get that low pressure system just off the coast, basically, of Mexico, and is getting rather close to Texas. Very gusty winds. Winds of this are basically still about getting... Oh my gosh. What did I do? No, I don't want this. I want wind. Get this back. Thank you. But yeah, no, we just are now starting to see the winds arriving on the coast of Texas and Louisiana, New Orleans. Oh boy. There we go. Yeah, we do start to see those winds arriving on New Orleans, also Lake Jackson. Houston could be seeing some gusts from this as well, but we do get those tropical storm force winds or tropical depression storm force winds starting to show up along the coast. And now, 4 a.m., now we get to around, we're starting to see more of that wind start to pick up. New Orleans really starting to get that. And now it starts to show it make landfall around Houston. Still have a low pressure system. It's weakened. But we do get it to hit the Houston metro area, most likely dumping a ton of rain. In fact, if we go to rain accumulation over the next 10 days, you'll see they're going to get quite a lot of rain. I didn't mean to click on that. They're going to get 4 inches, 5 inches. Houston area getting 5 inches of rain. So a lot of rain is going to be falling in this area. Even in Louisiana, you're going to be getting 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches as well. So very heavy rain that's going to be falling with this. So that's all I wanted to cover for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the content, and I'll keep you guys updated on this. Yeah. See ya later, guys. I love you all. Goodbye.